Hey everybody, I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to my channel. I'm Rena D. Thank you for taking time out to, watch my videos. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, I encourage you to do so. That might be where you are now. Hit the notification bell so that you can, get notified whenever I put out a video. But this is my elemental energy series, and this is going to be for the earth signs. This video in particular is for the Tauruses. So I'll give a little bit more information at the end of the video, so stick around. Go and get yourself some tea, some water, something to drink. I don't know, you might like a little wine, whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because I have a lot of oracle cards that I want to put out. We're gonna start with the tarot. And let's just see what your guides want you to see for the month of August, okay? All right, let's get to it. Let's call in our team. Yeah. Angels, spirit guides, our higher selves, galactics, our ancestors, our love team. What would you like for the Tauruses to see for the month of August? Give me a clear message. Help me to see clearly. Help me to communicate clearly so that the Tauruses can know what you want them to know. I'm gonna cut it and then pull from the top just to save time. Ha! The Wheel of Fortune. Nice. Two other signs has had that. And then there's Judgment call. Either you're making a judgment call or the divine is making a judgment call. I think it goes like that. So that's on the bottom. Yeah, so a clear call. It could be, something that's it is a major life event because this is a major arcana, and the Judgment card really speaks about a life change, that's coming from the divine, something that, or it could be something as simple as making a judgment call that will affect your life, So let's get into it. That is kind of like an overall energy, and we'll see how it plays into the reading as we go along. But let's see what the first energy is out. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands, this is passion. This is fast communication. 8s are already passionate. 8 is a powerful number, passionate number. But when it's paired with the wands, which is fire, that is like super fast. So you might be having a lot of communication or fast communication. These are wands flying through the air. So it could be, like text messages, messages online. It could even, it's coming to me now that it could even be you're learning things, you're getting transmissions, some sort of downloads. And speaking of the 8s, we're coming up on the Lionsgate portal. We're actually in the Lionsgate portal right now, which is a very abundant energy, but it's going to peak on the 8th of this month. So take advantage of that energy, take the downloads, open yourself up to receive whatever your guides might have for you. Keep your eyes and ears and spirit open to receive goodness. And that is, in a way, it's a mindset. When you are not open to receive, how do I want to say it? I want to say it like this. Tauruses are fixed signs. And being a fixed sign, you can get stuck in the way you operate, the way you think, the way that you do things. If you're angry with somebody, you're angry forever. but that closes you off to receiving new learning, higher achievements in life, because if you feel like you've already decided on something, you've already made a judgment call on something, you're not really open to seeing it in a different way. But I'm saying open yourself, become more open to receiving, a different way of thinking, a different way of doing things, because you're being called, to something higher, and it's coming fast. It's coming fast, 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 fast. And this is fire energy. I associate it with, like relationships, career. If you're an entrepreneur, you might be, your business might be picking up. You might be talking to a lot of different people, Let's see what the challenge is in this, because if this is about communication and receiving communication, you know how communication can be. Not everybody understands how you communicate. Not everybody understands your love language. And so, there might be some challenges. So let's see what it is. This is interesting. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, she is the one with the resources, okay? And she's motherly. She wants to make sure that you're good. She wants to make sure that you're straight, right? But with this being in the center of your spread with the 8 of Wands, and it's in the challenge position, it could be that you have to go through this person in order to get what you need to get done, right? If it has to do with resources, you might have to clean up your communication with this person. You might have to think about coming to a queen, right? Because you can't talk to a queen the way that you talk to your little friends. You understand? It's like there's a difference in the way that you present yourself. There's a decorum that you have to present yourself to a certain level of person. You wouldn't talk to the boss the same way that you would talk to your coworker. And you wouldn't talk to your mama, or you shouldn't talk to your mama in the same way that you talk to your brother, right? Because there's a level of respect that comes along with a hierarchy, no matter what you believe. If you think, everybody's on the same level, then you might be selling yourself short. And you need to, or you may need to reassess the way that you think about things. And that kind of goes back to what I'm saying about, open yourself up to receiving new information, new ways of communicating, new ways of seeing things, because you might be blocking yourself in, painting yourself into a corner and getting stuck. And you don't want that, because you want to, if this queen is showing up in your life, in your reading, and it is, she is, this energy is showing up as a challenge, you're aspiring to a certain level of livelihood. You want this royalty. You might be royal yourself, right? And so let's see what's in your subconscious. These are oftentimes things that you're not aware of. It's just the way that you operate. So, how you present yourself to the world, how you come across or deal with challenges in your life. This sometimes you're not aware of. So let's see what it is. Okay. So this is the Star. This is another major arcana. Yeah, this is another major arcana. I was looking here, but the other major arcana is on the bottom. The Star talks about healing. It's coming to a place where you've gone through things. Maybe you've had a really, really rough time in your life, and you've gone through the hellfire, and now you've come to a place where you're winning. You know, you're hopeful. You have optimism. And this is in your subconscious. So you might be this person that does not see things in the same way that other people see them. You see them as, okay, yeah, I did take a loss there, but I know that there's a better way. You're an optimistic person. You know, this is what this is indicating. And so when you have this in your subconscious, this is the way that you operate. You operate in optimism, which is really, really good. Really good. And this is major arcana. So it is a life. It's a way of life for you. It's kind of like learning. It's lessons, right? And you're operating in this. This is beautiful. It really is, because you don't really see yourself as a loser. You know, you don't see yourself as, I've gone through this and I can't get out. You see yourself as, okay, I've gone through this and I'm still winning. Yeah. What's next? All right. So let's see what's in your past, your recent past, that is influencing this. Oh, you had a little sneaky in your past. This is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords talks about somebody, or it's an energy of winning at all costs, not really thinking about anybody else. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take it all, and you know, you get what you get. Really, it's more of somebody that's coming into your camp and stealing your stuff and dipping out before you know anything. Now, this could be your energy. You know, it's possible that it's your energy because you have the Queen in the challenge position. This is not a major life event, right? This is kind of like a temporary situation. This is something where it's either you or somebody else. It's just the energy that is in the past that's influencing this. You know, we're talking about August. We're not talking about for the rest of your life. This is something that just recently took place, and it could be somebody else that came into your life and turn things upside down. I mean, look, you have the Star card in your subconscious. So, you know, another way that you can take this is a strategy card. You know, if you are trying to put things together to get out of a bad situation, hey, you got to do what you have to do in order to get to where you need to get. But look at him. Let me see if this card. Yeah, you see the camp is in the back and he's in the foreground, and it's like he's a shifty person. And when you do things in a shifty way, it's not always going to work out for you. But I tell you, if you go to the war room and you think, you know, about how the enemy is going to attack you, that's good. You want to make sure that you're covering all your bases. You don't want to be taken by surprise simply because you're a nice person. You want to think like a snake, but act in a gentle way. You know what I'm saying? It's your intent. You want to make sure that you're not being naive to the ways of the world. And so this energy is sometimes warranted, but you know, you don't want to be, you know, going out there and wrecking stuff, making people uncomfortable, you know, stealing people's things, because it's always going to come back on you. The energy that you put out, it's going to come back to you. So make sure that you're cognizant of everything that you're doing. All right, so let's keep going. I want to see what you know. What's in your awareness that's affecting this? Because, I mean, that part is kind of easy, because if you know what you know, then it's, you know, it's just part of the puzzle piece, right? It's like the corner piece that's easy to find. Oh, okay. This is a gift from the divine. This is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups talks about emotions. It could be new love. It could be a new, new love, new passion. Not really passion, because when I think of passion, I think of the wands, and that's more of, starting a creative venture. This is more about your emotions, your emotional way of being. And with this being in your awareness, well, it doesn't really, it's cups, it's emotions. So you've started something new, maybe with someone else. A relationship is what I'm getting at. So this is what you are focusing on. This is what your mind is on, this new relationship, this new way of feeling. Maybe it doesn't always have to be with someone else. It could be a new relationship with yourself, a new regimen, to take care of yourself. I'm big on self-love. I'm big on self-care. And when you start doing things on a regular basis that enhance your life, it's a gift. It's a gift from the divine. And I'll say, yesterday I was off. I was so off. I didn't feel good because I wasn't really, I wasn't adhering to my own advice, taking care of myself. And I felt it, my whole day was kind of off and my body was reacting to it. So it's very important. And keep in mind that I don't know that that this is a gift from the divine, but it is. Anytime that you get something new, if you see things in a different way, you start doing things in a different way, it's a gift from the divine, and you can do with it whatever you want to do with it. This is a potion of love. And that's nice. It's nice. This is what you see. Now let's see what's coming in. Ooh, so you have the Emperor coming in. This energy is top dog energy. This is authority. This is having to make the decisions. And it doesn't matter if you're 19 or 99. Having this energy, you're in the position of making the decisions. I have to do this because it's on my shoulders. Everything is resting on me to get these things done. Okay? Now, the Emperor outranks this Queen. So it's a mindset, it's an attitude, and it's Aries energy. This Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. It might not, but this is Aquarius, this star. These could be players in your life, people in your life that are, or, this is for the Taurus, but, you could have some of this in your chart. Now, with this energy coming in, there's a soberness that's coming with this. It's like, okay, so if you were playing around before, you're not going to be playing around anymore, because the Emperor sees things a little bit differently. The Emperor doesn't just focus on his own well-being, her own well-being. The Emperor has eyes all around and has to see things from a lot of different perspectives. And that oftentimes means that you have to employ the opinions of other people, which also means that you have to change up the way that you communicate. It also means that if it comes down to you humbling yourself and asking for help, you do that. That's why this Queen of Pentacles is in this position. You may have to ask for resources or ask for advice on how to get resources. And what better person to go to than the mother of resources? Somebody who already knows. And it could be that you have some explaining to do. It could be that you have some apologies to make because of this Seven of Swords. You might not be in the right relationship. You might have not come to the Queen of Pentacles in the way that the Queen of Pentacles requires. You know what I mean? So you're going to be called to boss up. And that makes this a little bit more clear. You are given this call, and it's a call that you can't ignore. It's not, when you get the clarion call from the Most High, it's not anything that you can ignore. You know, it really isn't. You'll have sleepless nights if you try and ignore it. But this Emperor energy, it's really, really good energy. It's good energy, but it is a lot to carry. It's a burden to carry. And because this has come out for you, it's not anything that you cannot handle. It's actually something that you've probably been waiting for. You know, you've been waiting for your chance to be in that position of authority where you call the shots and you say what's what, you know? And I really, really like the way this looks, because you have the Most High that's gifting you with this new love, this new idea, this new whatever it is that's stirring you up, and it's beautiful. It really is. So I want to put out another card. Well, I'm gonna put out more cards, but let's see what your energy is that's influencing this. You know, your current energy. Okay. Now, this is the Knave of Cups. This explains this. So, the Knave of Cups is a messenger, a young person, someone that sits on the throne of the Ace of Cups, you know, of the aces. So, the knaves, or the students, the young people, this person brings a message of love. Okay, now it's making a lot of sense, because you have been given this cup. You will be communicating, fast communication, you know, on a regular basis, swift, getting it done with the Queen in this. You know, it's really, really interesting. It's interesting because it's showing up as your energy. You're the one that's doing this. And I want you to notice something. This he's holding a cup with a fish in it. This is like seeing your own mind. It's your mind coming into manifestation. So you might have had some situations where you just didn't know why you were going through what you were going through. And a lot of the times we bring things on ourselves and we don't realize that we're doing it. And so this person, this student, is able to take their mind out and look at it and examine it, you know, in a way that is the word studious, because I'm thinking a student, you're studying it, you're making a choice to do this, and this is the cups, emotions, so that you bring healing to yourself. You know, it's really about that. You have to get very serious about your peace, you know, and you cannot expect other people to understand you or explain anything to you, because it's your life, you know, it's your life, and nobody owes you an explanation for anything. If your lover has left you or has stopped loving you, that's their business. And it's your business to figure out what you're going to do about it, you know, because here's the secret. The love that you seek is already in you, and you have to like pull back all the layers that has covered up that love for you. You had it, you knew it, when you were a child, and the cares of the world helped you cover it over, somehow, some way. Everybody's different. I'm very childish or childlike. I'm not childish, I'm childlike. And it's because I enjoy that energy. I enjoy being in that space of love, freedom, carefree. And I'm going to pull out some oracle cards in a minute, where they're 42 negative confessions, and they were given to us by my aunt. And my aunt, she's going to weigh our hearts against a feather, because she wants to know if you maintain that childlike innocence. Wow. It's a squirrel. it's on this branch, and anyway, my bad. See what I'm talking about? It's that being able to get into that energy where the small things in life arrest your attention, and gives you this excitement, this energy of, I can just be in the clouds right now. And it's a good place to be, because to take yourself too seriously will not help you to dwell in a happy place. Yeah, because not every moment is going to be joyous. But if you can incorporate into your awareness a light-hearted spirit, you'll be okay. You will. So let's see what's in your environment that's influencing this. I like that this student is here, because you're studying the energy. You're studying a new way of loving. You're studying this gift. You're not just taking it for granted that the Most High has given you this potion of love. You're actually studying it, and you're looking at how it can, work for you in your life. Okay. So in your environment, okay, so someone in your environment is bound up in fears, or they might see you as being bound up in fears. And I see this card in another deck that I have. It's my Starman deck, as a person who is sleeping on themselves. See, this person, she did this to herself. This person has tied themselves up and hid themselves away from the world. These swords are fears. Well, it's communication and it's thoughts. And being like trapped and tied to a tree with your eyes closed, it's almost like saying, no, I'm not gonna look at anything. I'm hiding myself away from here. And I don't trust myself to go outside of this. That's why I'm tied up, because I've made so many choices that did not work out for me, and I am not going to go there again. So let me stay over here in my little happy, safe place. But it's not a happy, safe place, is it? Because you're bound up in fear. You're bound up in in this position where all you're doing is replaying over and over and over in your mind the same scenario. And it's not getting you anywhere. You're stuck. You're stuck here, and you did it to yourself. Now, this could be somebody in your environment, or it could be you, and somebody sees you this way. Now, if this is somebody in your environment, it's not really good. It's not good if it's you either. But I say it's not good if it's somebody in your environment, because the people that you have around you will influence your own vibration. And you don't want somebody that's in your environment, in your world, who operates like this, who is in this situation, because it steals and robs you from your energy. Because, hey, you're in this study mode where you're trying to figure out how to love yourself, how to, move through this world so that you can get back to this queen. And if you have somebody that's negative, constantly, talking about their fears, their, and if it's you, this is short-circuiting your progress. You're not going to be able to get to where you want to get to because you're stuck. And it's another 8. The 8 of Swords and the 8 of Wands, they complement one another. It's complementary energy. And like I said before, 8s, it's fast. It's heavy. And if your mind is racing, or if it's somebody else whose mind is racing, I mean, it's almost like you have to do this. Come out, come out, get together, because if you don't stop yourself from thinking thoughts that are, damaging, you'll continue to be on that hamster wheel, and it's like a bad feedback loop that will short circuit you. But here's the thing, this Emperor is coming out. We took a peek into the future, and the Emperor is about to step on the scene. I don't know if this is going to be you or if it's going to be somebody else that's making an executive decision to say no more. This is going to end, and this could be a representation of somebody, or it could be an institution. Now, if it's an institution, that's kind of like almost out of your hands, because when you get into institutions involved in your life, you're having to go through a lot of red tape, a lot of things that you don't really want to go through. But if it's a person, and a person that or if it's yourself, then there's a little bit more play. But it's not that easy. It's not easy. The Emperor is not easy energy to negotiate with, because the Emperor has a lot of things, people, decisions that has to be maintained and managed for the good of everyone, and not just you. So having the Emperor come in, it can be good and it can be bad. It just depends on where you are in this scenario. With that 7 of Swords in the past, you don't want the Emperor to make a judgment call on that, because the Emperor is going to be just and fair and make the wrongs right. So let's see what your fears or hopes may be. So this is the Chariot. This is another major arcana. The Chariot is fast, swift, hard driving energy that is an indication of moving from the hellfire to the sanctuary of the Most High. And this is what you want. You're wanting a speedy escape. You want to get out of a situation. So this could be you, that somebody sees you this way, sees you as with these fears. And this Chariot also indicates, like swift movement, like actually getting into a car and going somewhere fast, or, some sort of mode of transportation. And here you have the eight of Wands. That's fast communication. It's also movement as well. So in the month of August, it's almost indicating that there's some swift decisions, swift movement that's taking place for your good. And this is something that you're doing. But see, you're in this position of being the student. It's not the queen or the king. It's the child, in this situation. So that might be why you need the Emperor and the queen, okay? Because your position is like you can't really do very much. It's, you know what I'm saying. It's like in a family, you have the parents, and then you have the children. The children don't really have the authority to make the decisions on where you go, what you eat, where you live, and things like that. And so this is, you're the child in the situation, and so it's not to demean you. You can be, in your 50s and still be in this energy, because not every situation you're going to be a master when you first start out, So with this, I don't know what the scenario is. Maybe the oracle cards will, give us a little bit more of an indication of what is going on. But right now, I don't see what the scenario is, if that makes sense. So I want to see what the outcome is, or the possible outcome. All right, so you got another gift from the divine. This is the Ace of Wands. So a new passion, new fire, new creation. This also indicates, let me see if it plays a part in here. Something interesting. Only the Queen of Pentacles is representing your energy in this reading. So you're not showing up very strong, as a Taurus. The Empress, if the Empress had come out, that would be an indication of your energy. But this is a lot of fire. You have fire, air, cups, water. So with this, you have a change. It's like you've graduated from something and you're starting fresh. Here, this judgment, the Most High has called you to make some changes in your life, positive changes, and you're being given the start. You're being given the gift to start, and you can do with it whatever you want to. This is a powerful wand. It's a manifesting tool. You can manifest whatever you want to. You can do with it whatever you want to. One caution I will give to you: be very, very careful about how you wield your wand, because you'll feel this empowerment. It's very empowering energy. You feel strong. You feel like you can do anything. And a lot of options will come to you because of the energy is magnetic. It pulls opportunities to you, because you're in creation mode. Be careful, because you may end up with a lot of burdens in the end, okay? And you don't want that. You want to take things slowly. And I don't really have I don't worry too much about the Tauruses, because the Tauruses, you're very, very hardworking, a very hardworking sign. And you're kind of laid back when it comes to a lot of things. So you think about what you're taking into your life. So I don't really have that kind of a worry for you, but there's the potential. Okay. So I'm going to pull out some oracle cards, and let's see what we have there. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to put out an energy oracle. Let's just kind of see what the temperature will be, for the month of August for you. See what your guides want you to see. This is kind of gonna give us a little bit more color, to this reading. And I hope that I don't look old. I hope it's not like really smoky in here. I have frankincense and an incense. Oh, my incense gone out. Going, and I just happened to look around, and it's kind of smoky in here. Yeah, I had to actually open the door and put the lid on the can. because it was doing its thing. And I didn't even realize that my incense went out, but we're gonna keep going. Yeah. Well, it's not that it went out. It's done. It's done. And we have 2 cards here. Yeah. All right. Now you have the goddess of the moon. The goddess of the moon. Now, with this card coming out, it's indicating that there's some unconscious fears, some things in your life that needs to come to the surface that you might be afraid of. Some things that, I'm getting chills just thinking of it. There could be some things that you're just not ready to deal with. But with this card coming out, you don't have to worry because you have some guidance. You won't be like pushed out there into, this scary place because you have the goddess of the moon there with you. And in a very real sense, you will be transformed into this goddess. And I love this card because this card reminds me of Oshun in the Ifa, in the Yoruba tradition. And there, if you don't know about Oshun, look her up. It's really a fascinating story. She went to the moon because she wasn't, really accepted here on the earth, and she's the goddess of sweet water and this, that, and the other. And she just kind of hung out there for a little while. And in that hanging out, I imagine she did a lot of contemplation on some of her ways, some of the things that she did or needs to do. But anyway, the goddess of the moon, it's an indication that there's just a little bit of work that needs to be done. And this is 52, which breaks down to 7, which kind of reflects this 7 of Swords energy. But this is more about fears, and that is a, fear, but you got to have, what's another word? I don't want to use that one. Gall to steal people's stuff, to go up in somebody's camp and steal things. But this coming out, it just kind of gives an indication that there's just some shenanigans, there's some things that's tucked back in your heart that you might want to address. And don't be afraid of it because you have help and guidance. All right. Now, why? It's because you're going to be manifesting. This is the Magician and the Mirror. Now, I love this card because it means that you really are about to, use these, your potion of love, your wand of creation. The Magician uses all the resources available to him or her. And there's, this mirror. It's like what you put out, it comes back. What you see is what you get. Okay? So take this in a positive light because, hey, that's funny because it's 52 and 53. It's like you have to go through this to get to this. But it's coming. It is coming. Take courage. Know that you're powerful. You are a powerful, powerful creature, powerful being, powerful creator. And now it makes sense why the Emperor has come out, because you have some decisions to make. You have to do some things. Now, I want to put out, and you have Door to Value on the bottom. This This is what you're trying to get to, this golden city where your hopes and wishes are fulfilled. Stability. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put out a psychic oracle card. Look, it's so precious. It's so beautiful. I mean, you can get carried away into looking at the money that's coming out here, but and then, you know, get drawn into the city, this golden, this sunlight, you know, where the Most High resides. But you can easily miss the preciousness of these flowers that's right at the doorway, greeting you. Flowers represent like the blossoming of consciousness, being in this awareness, taking, like what I was saying before, not taking yourself so seriously. And when you can get into that energy where you don't take yourself so seriously, a lot of things become aware to you. And that's the beginning of consciousness, you know, awakening of consciousness. Yeah, it looks like that kind of thing is happening for you very, very, very quickly. Yeah, it is. There's a transformation taking place in your life, and I'm surprised the death card didn't come out but the judgment card did. So it's a very clear indication that there are some major life changes taking place in your life. Yeah, the star, you're looking good, you know, you have this mindset of optimism. Yeah. So let's see what the psychic oracle card would be. You know, what your guides want you to see. And this kind of gives us a little bit more color. You know, it fleshes out the story a little bit more. Yeah, this is beautiful. You're more powerful than you believe yourself to be. Okay, you get there. You come out. Oh, prosperity begins. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is what you're looking for. And the Taurus is that's the house of resources. You know? This is the house of resources. So prosperity begins. Where does prosperity begin? It begins with a small seed planted in your mind and in your heart. See? It begins with a small seed, and then it grows into a huge tree. The emperor there's nothing higher than the emperor. There's no king, there's no queen that's higher than the emperor. The emperor has a counterpart, which is the empress, which is your energy. And the fact that the empress didn't come out in any form, it's almost like you're having to bulk up, spiritually speaking. Work out your spiritual muscles, and you're going to be given that opportunity in this month, because the Most High has spoken, has called you to that. And whatever you've been asking for, get ready for it, because you're at the beginning. Don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Just keep going with whatever it is that you feel led to begin. Begin your practice. Energy work, you know, it's it's about, you know, mind, body, and spirit. It's becoming whole, having your inner world reflected in your outer world. Now, that is always taking place. What is happening on the inside of you is coming into fruition on the outside of you. You just don't know it. And you might not know how to control it. And being that this magician in the mirror has come out, you're about to find out. You're about to learn how to wield this wand. And I will, you know, tell you, don't beat yourself up, because if you've never used a wand before, how will you know how it's done, you know? So just be easy with yourself. I see rest and rejuvenation on the bottom here. Don't be shy with the naps. And I know y'all love y'all's naps. Just make sure that you're not pushing yourself so hard, because things have to get done, and that's a fact. Things do have to get done, because if they don't get done, they don't get done, and things start piling up on you, and you know, then you have another situation. But don't be afraid to take yourself out of the game, whatever game that is that you're playing, and rest, rejuvenate. Now, these are Law of Attraction cards, my Vortex cards. Like I said, you know, the energy that's within you swirling around your chakras, they are reflected out there. So whatever you're thinking about, you know, these thoughts, these fears, they will manifest in your life. And I use these cards. They're, you know, somewhat of relationship cards, you know, how you relate to your world, how you relate to people, how you relate to the Most High, how you relate to yourself. And so this is a very beautiful card. I can always enter my vibrational vortex of creation. Boom. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. You're about to start creating something. Something's about to create. Now look, you can always enter into your inner self, your higher self. You can always access that at any time. It says, the key to getting inside your vibrational vortex of creation, of experiencing the absolute absence of resistance, of achieving complete alignment with all that you have become and all that you desire, and of bringing to your physical experience everything that you desire, this prosperity begins, is being in the state of appreciation. Now, that's something that I didn't mention here. I don't think I did. I don't think that I mentioned it, but I should have mentioned it when I said something about the 7 of Swords and this 8 of Swords. But appreciation, gratitude is big, it's huge. And there is no more important object of attention to which you must flow your appreciation than that of self. Now, that is something that I mentioned. You must get into your self-care regimen. And I promise you, when you start a regular practice, I mean, every single day, not every other day or once a week or so, I mean, every single day of focusing on your own well-being, mind, body, and spirit, you'll notice a difference. And you'll notice how things begin to come to you. You know, you'll see so many wonderful things taking place in your life that you'll be like, wow, I didn't even know life could be like this, you know? So it's very important if you want to experience some of these things, and you do. I mean, it's shown here. You have this door to value that's come out. You have to start, you know, your practice that begins with yourself. Now, I have other cards that I want to put out. I'm just looking here to see what else. I mentioned Ma'at earlier, the 42 negative confessions. Ma'at is going to weigh our hearts against a feather to see just how childlike we have maintained ourselves to be, or if we are, living a carefree, feather-hearted life. Now, that doesn't mean that you just, shirk your responsibilities. It's not that at all. It's an attitude that you present in your life. And so Ma'at has graciously given us these 42 negative confessions. They're something of like affirmations that you can say to yourself on a daily basis. And these, whatever card that's come out, oh, okay, this came out for the Capricorns. What she is saying is like an admonition to take this seriously. And I see how it works in here. So what she has here for you is, I speak with sincerity. Speaking with sincerity. How sincere are you? I mean, how seriously do you take your dreams? Right? Get very, very serious about the peace in your life. And when you get to that place where you're, I'm dead set on having XYZ, then your vibration changes, because then certain things that used to matter won't matter anymore. I speak with sincerity. Check out this card. See the hummingbird there? The hummingbird is one of the most fascinating creatures to me, because they're so tiny and they're, you can miss them. You can miss them, but check out this idea, this principle. This hummingbird has not come to, this hummingbird has come to deliver a message. How often do you see a hummingbird, come to your face? But imagine that though. Imagine if a hummingbird came to your face, came to your ear, and you could hear its little wings, beating so fast. It's the gentleness, the whole idea of the preciousness, this miracle coming to you and speaking to you. Now, what would you say? How would you tell me that this thing happened to you? I mean, wouldn't it make your heart flutter? Just remembering it, the excitement that grows in your belly. That is the idea of how you must speak. Speak into your world. Speak to this queen. You have to be sincere. You have to be sincere. You must be about integrity, I speak with sincerity. I'm coming because it's not just the right thing to do, but it's the beautiful thing to do. I think that's how I want to say it. I mean, there's more to being sincere, but there's a delicacy that that goes along with sincerity. We talk about truth a lot, but how serious are you? How serious are you about the words that you speak? Because the words that you speak manifest your world. If you aren't on the level, if you're this, it's going to reflect in your world as this harshness, unfriendliness. Now, speaking of, beautiful things, I have flower cards here. Consciousness. I was talking about consciousness earlier. I like to use these as personal development cards. Excuse me. The flowers, they teach us how to grow. And Rafflesia came out. Okay, so the flowers want you, Rafflesia wants you to grow in consciousness. Okay? Consciousness is that part of ourselves, our being, that is the real us. It's the coming into knowingness, awareness, coming online, waking up out of the sleep. Where is it? Being called to your purpose, getting on track, laying aside this notion that you are in control when in actuality you're asleep. And just a side note, when you do things unconsciously, you know, like it's on automatic and it's not really you, you're just kind of going with the flow, it's not really you. You know, it's not you. Because when you are asleep, when you have these moments of like, where have I been all this time? Well, it's been someone else, another entity that's been taking your place. So these aren't oracle cards. These are acts of kindness cards, and I love these cards because they give us little hints, little tips, little ideas on how to make the world a brighter place. And it's beautiful for you because the flowers want you to grow in consciousness. And doing intentional acts, it wakes you up, you know, because you're not just doing something because it's what you usually do. You're doing something that is on purpose. And consciousness is about being on purpose, you know. You're not doing it simply because somebody expects it from you. You're doing it because you're, you know, it is how you want to show up in the world and how you want your world to look. And I like to use these cards because I feel that, especially in this time now, we need a little bit more love. We need a little bit more kindness. So you have 2 of them that just flew out. 3. And these are just suggestions, ideas that can point you in a direction. You know, I don't know how feasible some of these can be for you. But I love this one. Write a note of appreciation to someone important in your life. You know, just saying, I really appreciate how you're showing up in my life or what you've done for me. And I really, really appreciate, you know, whatever. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Because sometimes we get into a place where we're so bound up into the hurt that we've experienced that we forget the people that make us smile, who has taught us to be, you know, our greatest self. And one gesture, one person, one moment at a time. I love this. Liba, Bray. So take that time to, you know, connect with somebody who has done something for you. And I love this one too. And I don't know how feasible this one is simply because we're in the pandemic. Take coloring books and crayons to a waiting room and leave them for others. Do all things with love. Og Mendino. Yeah, I like that. You know, because you're thinking about a child. You're thinking about, you know, making sure that a child is able to be entertained, you know. Say hello to someone new. That's nice. That's nice. We change the world a little each day with our kindness. Tom Guy Quino. My mother, she's very big on speaking and saying hello to people, strangers, or wherever she goes, because she's just that way. So that's all. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you taking your time to visit with me and connect with me and connect with your guides. They obviously have a message for you in this month, and I hope that it helps. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, just reach out. You can find me across platforms, but you can find my schedule and my list of services on Facebook at Rena D. Cherish Daily Tarot. You can find me and a list of my videos there as well. I have a lot of videos there, but you can find the series of videos on my YouTube channel, which is Rena D. Cherish Daily Tarot. You can find me on Instagram, same name. You can find me on TikTok and Twitter, Rena D_Cherish. I think, yeah. I gotta get it together in my mind. If you'd like to send me an email, just to say hello or to request a personal reading, that is cherishdaily@outlook.com. I really enjoy reading your comments and the way that you connect with me. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all show so much love, and I read all the comments. I really do. And they cheer me, and I appreciate it. I give back what you give to me. So this is my pleasure to do this. Until next time, y'all take care of yourselves, care about others. Namaste. Peace.